Hi guys, Danica here, and in this video, I just want to answer a question that I received from YouTube viewers. So the question really hits me because I also ask myself this one, especially when I started digging deeply into AI, not just a search engine, but a tool that we're able to create custom stuff, custom apps, custom flow, and so on. So the question was, why still use WordPress in AI era, right? And my very quick and short answer for that is time, and I'm gonna explain in a bit why. But time is the biggest, not really the, not a disadvantage, but something that is needed right now because building custom stuff with AI, yes, you can 100% do it now. I could say all answers that you need to know are mostly could be answered by just talking with Claude, for example, but that takes time, right? So why still use WordPress and AA era? Again, very short answer is time. Because if you're truly running a business, you need to be a promoter, not a builder, right? Based on my experience with working with our clients, what they focused on is the part of marketing, product improvement, community engagement, improvement, offers, and so on. Those kinds of stuff is what our clients who's running their business, in their targeted niche, are being focused on, not building custom stuff with AI. Sure, we use AI right now for almost, I could say, all areas in work, but we're using AI as an advantage to make things faster, to make things more correct, to make flow easier, or to make stuff more automated than before. But we are still in WordPress. We did not switch to a custom one yet. So I'm gonna put one quote unquote yet, because just because AI has overflown us with capabilities of you could do this, you could do that, and so on. And if you join a group of builders using AI, there are lots of opportunities that you can do, but you know that it takes time. Really soon you're gonna realize those takes time, and if you're running a business, you don't have all of that time. So that's why my short answer, one word to that question, is time. Now let's check here. These are the numbers that I've asked AI to help me generate with so that I can present that to you. So first is, we know that WordPress, because it's been here for quite a while, it dominated the market. So almost 50%, so 41.9% of all websites right now is still running WordPress. Now, 52%, 59%, almost 60% is a CMS market. So those are Shopify, Wix, Squarespace, and so on. So we're still in the time where most website built is not directly built as a pure custom with AI. So, if you're running a business right now and you're in WordPress, I don't think you should turn off the switch and build everything custom, because it's going to eat your time. And in my experience, each week, most of our clients, they focus on marketing, they focus on promotion, not with building the custom stuff. And of course, that's why our team is here to help them. But even as we are focused on the marketing side, building stuff for the marketing side, improving the community experience, and not yet in the stage where let's throw WordPress and build something custom. We're not yet in that era, but I could see that coming. And again, it depends on your budget and depends on how big your team is. But if you're just starting out, then I could say WordPress is still one of the fastest way to build something. Okay. Now, what truly changes, in my opinion, is how you use WordPress. And that should be like WordPress with AI. Now, AI gives you code. It doesn't gives you business. Well, it could give you business if you're really good with using it in your flow. Of course, that's a business, right? But what this means is, if you're going to compare that with how fast you could build something with already existing systems such as WordPress. Now, AI does not have, sure, you could build a login page with AI, but it doesn't have by default, a payment processor. It doesn't have email automation. It doesn't have gamification, community features, course delivery. But again, you can build all of this 100% sure with that because I have tried doing this different sections, but it requires time. And again, time is money, and you don't want to spend all of your time building this custom if it's already available for you, even for free, in the WordPress plugin list, right? There's also no proper documentation yet on how exactly you could use AI for your community or stack, security patches, and so on. I'm pretty sure if you dig and spend the time, you could find the right configuration and stuff. But there is no like widely, this is the blueprint, follow this, and so on. I don't think there's bulletproof proven for that, especially now that in AI era. I think a lot of bugs and securities and stuff is happening because I think I heard that Fable was able to crack down some national security defense and so on. So because of how powerful AI is, vice versa to that, and of course, the thing that you believed before of, oh, these are the best practice to how to make your website secure. Right now, I don't think that's enough to make things secure because you can just run AI and try to figure things out and see if you could crack things down, right? So because of that, there is no proper documentation yet on how to make sure security patches and so on is secure. Unlike with WordPress, if you choose, let's just say BuddyBoss or Fluent Community, their team are the one being worried or focusing on making sure their stuff is secured. So you have a team working on that for you if you decide to get their templates. Okay. There's also no scale path yet. So sometimes AI hallucinates. So WooCommerce hooks that don't exist, custom code, equals custom bugs, no migration path, no agency handoff, and then rebuilding every feature from scratch. Now, this one, it is slower, but I think example for the agency handoff and so on. I think if you know what exact prompt, um, then I think there's some path in here. But if you're just allowing AI to do all of this stuff for you and you're not guiding it properly, then you're right. It could hallucinate like this one. Now, what you're really choosing is AI custom build or WordPress stack, right? So again, I'm not saying that WordPress is still the thing or is gonna be forever the thing because I think in the next 2 years, a lot of changes is gonna happen in the market. But if we're just gonna talk right now, WordPress stack is already configured ready for you. So it's ready. BuddyBoss, press LearnDash, or you choose Tutorial MS, depends on you. WooCommerce has been a while. In here, Fluent CRM, GamiPress, and so on. A lots of community support. Now, what I'd like to see in this providers is because of AI, I kind of expect that they're gonna fix those complaints that their subscriber has reported before because now I hope they are taking advantage of how smart AI is and they're fixing those bugs. Unlike before, where you need to wait for months and months just for them to release a feature, just for them to fix something. I hope BuddyBoss, LearnDash, this famous plugins and themes will have a faster turnaround time in fixing those so that their subscriber will not think, why do I need to continue paying this? Let me just build this with custom one. Because that's going to be the next thing that their subscribers are going to think about, right? Now, again, WordPress is already ready. If you need community features, you just install BuddyBoss, boom, it's ready for you. If you need WooCommerce, sell products, connect it to PayPal, it's already ready for you. The connection is already configured for you. All you need to do is install it, set it up from your end to your account, right? But with AI, if you're gonna decide to go with the custom path, you need to set up all of those integration one by one. Now, I've tried setting up the payment integration, email automation, and so on. And yes, you could truly do all of that. But again, it takes time, right? So it takes time, a lot of time. And I'm not sure if it's just me, but when I work with AI, I have this higher expectation or standard, and I want it to look really great. And it eats up a lot of my time. Not sure if that's because of perfectionism or something, but it eats up a lot of time. And again, if you're running a business, I don't think you want to not waste, but you want to spend that time just with building custom stuff with AI. Because if you do that, what's gonna happen with your promotion, right? So I think we're gonna be in a position soon where all of this is gonna be just ready for you to like a plug and play. So it's still like plug in or something, but It's plug and play, ready for you, and you just pick what functionality you want to use, and that's ready for AI to grab, and you don't really need to it doesn't really need to start from scratch. I think we're gonna reach to that point pretty soon, but for now, it's WordPress who has proven that these things that you need, we already have this. So it's like that. So in estimate here, 3 to 6 months minimum if you build everything from scratch. But if you choose WordPress, which is already ready, 2 to 4 weeks for sure you'll have your stuff ready. Okay. Now, if you're also going to compare this with a platform which like Skool, Circle, Mighty Network, Kajabi, again, you are locked with their fixed price and you're kind of like renting a location. It's yours, sure, but they control of all of the stuff. I think you can still export all of your data and stuff out from this platform if you decide to migrate, but there's still like a limitation. Unlike with WordPress, you own your data, you own your code, you choose your hosting, you control the pricing, no surprise hikes, and then million of developers has already been doing this, so a lot are already familiar with the backend. Now, in my point of view with this, before AI, when we're building membership platform, few of my favorites are WP Fusion, of course, BuddyBoss, LearnDash, and I have some complaints in each of those, but I still use them because so far they develop stuff and continuously fixing issues. But another factor with that is because they're too heavy, I need to invest on a very expensive hosting because I also need Elementor, I also need Jet Engine, I also need other stuff, right? Reporting and stuff and so on. But now, the way I treat WordPress when we're building membership platform is we focus on the key functionalities that we want. Okay, so do you need the community feature? Okay, let's do BuddyBoss or Fluent Community. Do you need Elementor, or should we just stick to a custom template that we could design with Figma or with Claude Design, and then let's ask Claude to build that custom template for you, maybe support it with ACF or custom field so that you can still edit stuff. So that's an example of how we treat it right now. And because of that, we could now host a membership platform in a much cheaper hosting because we're no longer bloating these WordPress sites. So that's the area that we are focusing right now on how to improve the builds that we have already done with WordPress. What are the things that we thought before AI era, we thought before that we need, and now with AI, actually, this is just going to be one script of code and that's it. Or actually, we no longer need this because we have built this one custom and let's just provide this to our client. So we're still working on custom stuff. We're building custom templates and so on for our clients, but and because of that, it could be we no longer need Jet Engine, Gaming Press, or what else, right? And we're just sticking to maybe just BuddyBoss, maybe just WooCommerce, right? And again, the cost for that also goes down because you don't have lots of subscription, unlike before, and you have a cheaper hosting now. And then because of that, you can allocate that budget to promoting, to marketing, or to maybe product improvement, right? So that's how we treat AI. WordPress plus AI is the best combination. You don't want to just stick to AI and forget about WordPress exists. Sure, if you want custom one, like example, our website right now, it's no longer WordPress, and it's because the website that we have is for lead gen. But if we're gonna set up our own membership platform, then of course I'm gonna dig into BuddyBoss. I'm gonna dig into Fluent Community, right? Or should I do hosted platform? It depends on your needs, right? So it depends on which stage are you. Are you in the stage where I just want something pretty fast? I don't want to worry and any plugins, hosting, and so on. Then go with a hosted platform such as Skool, Circle, Mighty Network, Kajabi. Or is it I've already tried them, I don't like it because I want to have this custom exact flow for my community, for my members, then you could do WordPress. Or if you say, well, I've tried WordPress and I think I want something custom like outside WordPress because I want this, this, and that. Or maybe you want a mobile app, right? So that's another stage. But if you're doing WordPress right now, make it WordPress plus AI. Okay, so AI for custom coding. Again, you could do custom WordPress plugin. So again, before you're gonna think like, um, do I need GamiPress for gamification? If your functionality that you're trying to look for is to do this point system and do that, you could ask yourself like, do I need GamiPress? Or maybe yeah, I need GamiPress, but I don't need this other add-ons, so I can just manipulate the flow on my own because I now have access to AI. But again, you could ask AI. That's why in the last video, I think it's important you connect your AI to your server so that it could guide you on what options you have. And you could ask, if we customize this, how much effort and time is it going to eat in minimum if we do that? So you could ask question like that because it reads all of your database and files in your server. And again, AI for automation. So example, I'm using AI with Cloudflare. Before I was relying on Make and Zapier, but now I'm just using AI with Cloudflare's workers. So that's an example. So you could do custom flow, custom APIs, connection for your WordPress ecosystem. AI for content. So you could generate course outlines, email sequences, landing pages copy, SEO optimization, and you could directly deploy that to your WordPress site. AI for analysis. So again, last video, I showed you how you could ask question with Claude so that it could answer, like example, if you have a question in your courses, activity of your members, who's the most active, most famous, or most visited course that you have, those kinds of questions that could be answered now with AI. So unlike before, where if we want to dig into that, it's either you're very good in MySQL because you dig data in the database, or you buy a plugin that shows LearnDash report. But again, in my experience, they don't even look good and they don't even give you the exact UI that you want. And that's why before we ended up using Jet Engine to generate these pages. But with AI, it could easily answer that question for you. Even if, let's just say, you're not yet ready to build anything, you just want it to be exported maybe in a spreadsheet file, it can do that for you. Right now, what we build is, again, mostly still in WordPress, still in BuddyBoss with LearnDash, WooCommerce subscription, Fluent CRM, still with WP Fusion, and then GamiPress plus custom plugins. So that's still the tech stack that we use right now. But again, we're also starting to build some custom stuff, but we haven't really scraped this off, right? We're still using them. And again, personally as a developer, my expectation is I hope this plugins, this sources, BuddyBoss, LearnDash, they continue to improve their stuff because I don't think they still have a reason not to, especially with AI era, right? They need to make their subscribers happy. They need to fix those issues that has been dangling for a while, or else their subscriber, I think, is gonna be forced to try an alternative, and that could be a custom one that some other developer will build instead of them fixing it for them. So again, AI is a tool, WordPress is a platform, and then in our experience, our clients use AI to accelerate what they have already and not replace their entire ecosystem because it still works, right? It still works. But again, maybe if you're starting right now, you haven't built anything yet. I understand if you want to consider just building something custom with AI. Example, if you decide to just build a custom landing page with AI, but you still need, like example, a CRM, you still need email automation, right? You still need payment processor. And maybe if you're gonna go with Go High Level, they have all of that for you. Or maybe you're gonna go with Skool or Mighty Network or Circle. These platforms build this stuff for you. But again, they are not custom. They provide things that based on them is what you need. And if that's what you need, then great. But if you're like a founder who have a custom flow of what you think you really need, then again, WordPress with AI is I think the first or one of the thing that you should check. Okay. So I hope this video helps and answer some of your questions. These are just my point of view. And personally understand where this question is coming from because again, I also asked this myself. And personally, we have websites now that are no longer WordPress, but for WordPress sites that we still build, it's no longer WordPress plus 25 plugins. It's WordPress plus AI and what are the plugins and themes that we truly need. And especially the server, it's gonna go down. It's gonna be much cheaper than before. So yeah, that's an example of how we think with WordPress plus AI. But honestly, I know things is gonna continue to escalate. Things is gonna continue to improve. AI is gonna continue to be smarter. And I think this WordPress developers and team developers is gonna continue to improve their stuff. So if you don't have the time, then I suggest you just get what's already been configured. But if you want to spend the time and build all of these things in custom, then why not, right? It's up to you. So again, hope this video helps. If you have any question, feel free to comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.